Welcome back, my friends, to another, I know I just found it, rousing rendition of Choir Boys Outdoors. A list. That's what everybody likes these days, right? List. Nobody wants to see old Scab out here busting his ass and working hard and getting it done and actually doing something with a knife. Nobody wants to see that shit. Y'all want to see somebody sit here and talk about a list. So, it's our 3-year anniversary. We're going to do some lists. Listen, love y'all. Man, I really do. But I got 12 knives here. And what I want to do, we've been on the air 3 years. Now, for some reason, my YouTube profile, let me show you a knife while we're sitting here. This is what I had on me today. Spartan Harsey folder. Shout out to Thrasher. Love that dude. He's out there, seriously. Thrasher's Garage is out there. He's a forest firefighter. He's out in the Pacific Northwest, man. Mad shout out to that dude. Love you, Brandon. Be careful, brother. Love Thrasher. Thrasher's Garage. Love that Spartan Harsey folder. There's a reason it's not on the list we'll cover. Anyway, what I wanted to do, this is our 3-year anniversary. In the profile, for some reason, it says I started in 2014. That is not true. I started this channel 3 years ago. I believe it was June 23rd or 24th of 2020. And the thing about it is, I started this channel on the anniversary of the day my grandfather died. So I didn't do that purposely, but when I seen that, that's just one of those things that's meant to be. I get asked about, and I love my granddaddy, man. I miss that dude. That's what that fork and spoon is. And if I can have half the impact on my grandsons, shit, a tenth, that my grandfather had on me, then I'll do okay. A lot of guys ask about this. This is the Zero Tolerance 0640. It is an Emerson design. It's just dope. I love this thing. I just love it. I like Zero Tolerance. Some people do, some people don't. Listen, knives that built the channel. What do I mean by that? They either got a bunch of views and brought in a bunch of subscribers. They mean something to the channel, but this is only the first 3 years. These knives had a significant impact on this channel. What I want to do now is show you a couple. Now, this is the Phobos Kakula. Phobos is going to be in this category before long, but these are like the first 3 years. What brought it in? This is the Kakula. The review on this will be out tomorrow night, Monday the 26th, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I love that damn knife. I have a review up of the Emerson Rendezvous. I know how you say it. Sent to me from Billy Ford at Apex Alchemy. Awesome dude, brother. Thank you, Miss Lacey Lace. EDC and Lace put the edge on this. Phenomenal job. Shout out to those channels. Listen, I'm going to be showing you these knives and go through our intro, and then we're going to backtrack. Guys, there was a time in this country where 22 vets a day took their own lives. Now, stats are all over the place. We talk about that a lot, especially on the weekends. That's why here on this channel, we focus on the number 0. What does that mean? It means anything over 0 is simply unacceptable. Vets, we love you. You have a place here. We're back to blue over here. We support Leo, all most misunderstood thing we do, and that's okay. This is America, and you can agree to disagree or not watch the channel. Either way. How do you do that, Scabber? Well, we don't break the damn law, and when we do, because I have, we accept responsibility. Finally, if you are an addict, and I am, never quit quitting. So, here's the deal. Let's just jump into this. Let's jump into it hot and heavy. I'm going to start off with 2 guys I want to shout out. 2 reviewers that really kind of started me down the path of thinking, hey, I could do this. The first, of course, is Donnie B. All Day. This is the 1917 Frontier Bowie. I don't know why they named it this, and I don't give a shit. I really don't. It's been the thing of debate. I've drawn a brain fart. Whatever you say of the debate, the object of debate for years, I don't know, don't care. It's dope. The reason I'm shouting out Donnie is this. I watched a video of Donnie B. All Day reviewing this, and if you have not seen that video, you need to see it. If you are a knife reviewer, you need to see it. Why? Is it stellar? Is it informative? It's entertaining as shit, one, and it shows that it's okay to be passionate about knives. It's okay to be passionate about a good knife. It's okay to say Cold Steel has decent knives, right? I know they didn't build it. I don't give a shit. I like the knife. But Donnie has become a force on this channel. You hear his name every time. He is my brother from another mother. I love that dude. Just spent the weekend with him and Joe, JS Bladecraft in Atlanta. So, the 1917 Bowie, profound impact on this channel. Here's one that my boy Sabo just sent me. And guys, listen, this is the Colossus. Now you say, Scab, you're not counting some. Listen, Here's how this knife had an impact. My boy Mark over at Advanced Knife Bro, I watched his video on this. Now, isn't this crazy? 2 Cold Steel knives. Now, I adore this knife, the Colossus, but I watched Advanced Knife Bro's video on this. What did it tell me? It's okay to have some fun. You don't always have to be super serial and self-defense. He had fun reviewing the knife. Praise Lynn. So shout out to Mark from Advanced Knife Bro. And there's a time, guys, there was a time on this channel, I didn't shout out channels that were a lot bigger because I didn't want people to think I was clout chasing and all that. Well, I just gained 42,000 subscribers in a year because of y'all. So if anybody thinks that, y'all can kiss my ass. I like Mark. I like Advanced Knife Bro. He's an awesome dude. And that probably offended Trent from Texas. Oh, Trent from Texas. That's for you, Trent. Happy 3. All right, so there's 2 in there. Now, we're getting in kind of the meat and potatoes. Let's jump to this one, the Scabber Stabber. You've never seen it hard used, and you never will. This is going to my son and then my grandsons. I bought this to be a hard use war dagger. I got it in and said, good God, this is as close to a piece of art as you'll ever get. Now, the boot knife I just got from Jed, this is a Jed Hornbeak Custom. The red is ostrich skin. Jed, by the way, I posted a picture in my community page. Jed's got on a Desperado belt. He sewed that belt driving from Tennessee to Atlanta and Blade Show. He just whipped it up. He had the Desperado knives. The guy knows what the hell he's doing. Billy, again, Billy Ford from Apex Alchemy just went and seen Jed. Check out that video. Really good video. And let me tell you something. Jed's as good a man as you'll find on this planet. The Scabber Stabber. Is it my design? Well, it's my input, Jed's creativity. Somebody said, well, it's a Gladys. No. I mean, it looks like it, but this was designed, and some people don't like the tip. I don't give a shit if you like it or not. I didn't go, hey, let me make this knife for everybody to like. You know what I'm saying? I love you. God knows I do, but I don't care if you like my knife or not. This knife had a profound impact on this channel. Why? It's a piece of art. It showed me, hey, you can have something that's a safe queen. It's okay. I talk a lot about using my stuff. Now, I swing this around the house and swing it at the dogs when Megan isn't here so I can practice with it. They're good at missing and dodging. I'm kidding. I love my dogs. But this had a profound impact, man. It showed, hey, there's American knife makers out there that we need to get behind. We need to roll with. We need to support. That's what it showed me. So I love it. So there's that one. Moving on. This one had a huge impact. The Raja 2. I love this knife. Y'all heard about it for the first 6 months. I had this channel. Do I still love it? I absolutely do. I need to get a good hard use, like a good review on it. I don't think I have one. I think I've got a bunch of me running around chopping up stuff because that's all we used to do. It's a folding kukri triad lock. Probably the strongest lock in the knife world. Is it as strong as a fixed blade? Well, no, that's stupid. But it's close. And I've chopped a lot of stuff. I've got 2 of these. One I had Mikey. Shout out to Mikey. I hope he's doing well. I chopped a bunch of stuff down with it. I love this folding kukri wave technology. What this knife showed me, it's badass and I love having it. Moving on. And we're going to move through the cold steel stuff. They had a big impact on these first 3 years. Will that be the same going forward? Remains to be seen. But the first 3 years, cold steel had a monster impact. The Espada, my guy Paul, Warrior Bully on Instagram. He was ready to get rid of this. He said, Scab, I promised you, I would not sell this knife to anybody before I gave you first dibs. We worked out a price, hell of a price. I really can't believe he gave it to me for that. But Paul's an awesome dude. And this knife, what did this show me? This knife has about 12 to 13 million views on it. It really does. It brought in, I think when I looked the last time, and it's the worst short I've ever made in my life. Has almost 9 million views, and then there's a couple more that total probably 3 million. Anytime this knife comes out, people love it or they hate it. It showed me it's okay to show some stuff not everybody's going to like, right? It's the internet. Not everybody's going to be happy. I guarantee I just responded to some comments. By the time I get done with this video, I ain't going to be happy. The Cold Steel Espada XL Triad Lock. I love it. Now, I believe that's all the cold steel. Let's move on. I'm trying to move through these quick. The Emerson CQC7. Besides about losing these 2 fingers to it at work because of an asshole, this was my go-to. It's still my go-to-hell knife. What do I mean? I will not walk by this knife without putting it in my pocket. So a lot of times when I put this, actually it goes in my knife purse. It's with me every day. It doesn't even look like a CQC7 anymore. The first one I got without wave technology, And I had DJ transform it from a chisel grind to whatever that is, saber grind on both sides. If I get another CQC7, and I probably will, I'm going to leave it a chisel grind. The longer I use it, the more I love it. What did this knife teach me? It was my first American-made folder for work. It taught me to get quality work knives. Seriously. In relation to the channel, what did it do for the channel? There's just something about the damn knife, right? I can't tell you it did this specifically or that specific, but that's what it does. It's a workhorse, it's a tank of a knife, and I love it. Moving on. Rosecraft blades. The Mohawk. You don't think of the Mohawk without thinking of Old Scab. True story. That's not arrogant, it's true. It's M-O-H-O-K. Designed by Hawkins Rose. This is my second one. Somebody said, hey, Brett, the first one. I was prying the lid off a 55-gallon paint can. What did it teach me? Don't be a dumbass. This knife set up, this particular knife, that first one set up every single video I did. It pre-cut stuff, it did stuff. It's a $30 knife. What did it teach me? It's okay to have a budget knife. There's diamonds in the rough. The Mohawk, and I know I always say I'm not the QVC, I'm not. But JB over there at Big Red, and I love JB. I met him at Blade Show, awesome dude. But it got told to me, he said, JB's kind of kicking your ass on sales. That's why I'm not really selling. And I thought, well, JB, here I come. So I'm not the QVC, but if you buy it, use Choir Boys. Here's the thing, and this is something I'm going to tell y'all, and I'm going to be dead serious. I do love Big Red, and I'm just messing with him because that dude is a machine. He also had a profound impact on this channel by just being him and shouting out and showing different brands. I learned about Rosecraft from Big Red. This knife, if you go to buy, I think it's 29 bucks, you can use Choir Boys, it's 10% discount. Listen, here's the thing. I believe in Rosecraft so much because they're trying to get a shop open in Maryville, Tennessee. When we hit 50,000, I'm going to give 5 of these away. I'm going to buy 5 of them and give them away when we hit 50K. And it's not going to other content creators. It's going to go to working men who watch this channel, or women, or kids who need a good working knife and can't afford it. Don't put in the comments, Scab, I can't afford it. I already know kind of who can and who can't. But if you want to put in the comments, hey man, I got a cousin, I got somebody. And then when we buy it and give them away, I want you to get a picture of it. So that's the Mohawk. I love it. Billy Waugh Demo. Come on, son. There's a lot to this knife. This knife is representative of a lot of things. An American icon. It's Italian-made line steel. DJ Horn anodized the handle scales. DJ did my edge. DJ introduced me to Strike HQ, who put this knife in my hands. The first Billy Waugh demo that I did a hard use, and DJ said this. The first time I ever talked to DJ was about a Southern grind knife that he fixed for me. And DJ said, man, I'm just going to be honest with you, I text like an asshole, and he does. But DJ said, Scab, I'm going to tell you just like this, I don't want to see anything but hard use. He said, I'm dead serious. That's what they want. This is Bill Harsey, Robert Young Pelton, and Billy Waugh. Don't do some half-assed, don't embarrass me. Seriously, that's what he said. I said, okay, so we stabbed tires, we did everything. This knife held up. It has a Marlin spike on the back. It's super dope. What did this knife tell me? That it's okay to go hard. If it says hard use, beat the shit out of it. Somebody said, don't like the detent. I got you. Cool. We all like stuff. We all don't. This is a badass knife. I'd be more worried about it serving me in a bad situation than the way it closes. But, to each his own. And y'all know I love you. I keep saying that to reinforce that in my mind, not yours. The 0303. I really was hoping Megatron would not be in for this part of the video, but she is. This is the first $350 folder I ever bought years ago. Kirk gave me this one because my first one got stolen. But I love zero tolerance. What did this knife teach me? It really did teach me something. 1, don't leave it in the truck. 2, what did this knife teach me? I told y'all the other day there was an asshole who didn't know what he was doing. And I know there's a lot of cussing in this video, and I apologize for that. My eyes floating. I'm tired of y'all telling them out of sorts. There was a guy who took a fake zero tolerance. He did a spine whack test with it. The stupidest, asinine test ever invented by man with my hand before God. The knife failed because it was, again, a fake. I've done spine whack tests with this to prove it, to prove him wrong. Proved him wrong, but you know what? Nobody's going to see that. Nobody wants to see positivity. They want to see negative shit, and they want to see stuff fail. That's why, I'm going to stop. This knife taught me the importance of being honest and open in your reviews and not trying to bash companies. That's what it taught me, and I love this knife. And thank you to Kirk, who without Kirk and without Megatron, there would be no channel. That's a fact. That's a fact. Now, I got to have a knife from Work Tough Gear. My God, I got to. And if I'm going to have a knife from Work Tough Gear, I could have done 12 Work Tough Gears that changed this channel's life. But I wanted to be fair to everybody and be open and honest with what my stuff. The Nomad EDC, last year's Knife Center Medium Knife of the Year. This goes with me every single day of my life. And you say, Scab, you say it a lot. I carry that knife purse, but this is in my pocket. I can do anything on the planet with this knife. And again, listen, this part's big because people get kind of iffy. I don't want you to misunderstand what I'm saying. These are 12 knives that changed the life in the course of this channel. I don't give a shit who likes them or don't. I wish you would. I wish you well. I don't care. Not being an asshole there. Just simply saying these changed my channel's course of history. And I'd love to see some tags. This will be an open tag. If y'all want to have, if you want to name 4 or 5 knives that's made your channel, that'd be cool. Nobody ever does what I want to do. I always do y'all's. And then find out I did one the other day. Shane said, Scab, will you do this? And then find out the guy's like, Scab, like, Shane was like, Scab, you know, that guy really don't like you. Thanks, Shane. So I do, but don't worry about old Scab. Now, I like Shane. I'm not saying Shane. I love Shane, the Edgy American. It's the guy he had me doing for. This is the Preacher. Megan's giving me the eye. I'm sorry. Everybody knows I'm playing, kidding. This is the Preacher. This, well, I'm going to put it down. Preacher goes last. This is the Dragoth. This knife, again, 2 or 3 million views. I absolutely adore this knife. Why? I don't know. I'm just being honest with you. You know why? Jason Dixon is the designer, and Jason's a friend of mine, right? This knife is fun. You can't pick up this knife and not smile. I mean, it's just, it's a beast of a blade. It's sharpened here, sharpened here, sharpened here. It's just, it's probably got 3 or 4 million views on it. And those are important, guys, because that brought a lot of folks in. It opened doors. It did things like that. Not to mention, it's 5160, and it's a damn tank. Mike Carter Handle Scales that also introduced me to Shamey. And his knife making skills, it introduced me, or it got me closer to Don Moore Kramer. I've got 12 or 13 knives coming from Carnivora, guys. We're going to have to get down with the get down. Timbo 437 is another guy who had a big impact in JR and Jacob and all those guys. But Timbo is sending me some knives. JR's sending another box of knives, and I got 13 or 14 coming from Carnivora. I've got to finish Rusty Knife Lovers, another big part. Now, I'm not naming people. I'm not going down that path, okay? We're just doing knives and people associated with them, whatever. But there's a lot of folks behind this. But Dragoth has to be on there, man. It just does. If I go do something like when I go to Blackie's or I go do, this knife goes. There's confidence in hand. It's just badass. Now, let's get to the Preacher. The 12th knife, and we'll wrap it up. This is the most used Preacher on the planet. There's no arguing that. I don't know that I have a good review of it. I've got 6, and what I mean by that is just me crushing stuff, banging stuff, bashing cinder blocks. When you go on KHHI's website, there's a pic, and you hit the Preacher and you scroll down, there's a picture of me with this knife. Right? Donnie designed it. It's my favorite design. It really is. I will always, always, always cherish this knife and what it means to this channel. Now, this is a knife that, you know, we said we're going to give out every 500, and the number skyrocketed. So in all honesty, in all fairness, there's a lot of these I owe. And Donnie himself, Rusty, everybody's like, Scab, you can't hold up to that. And I don't know if I can, but towards the end of this year, I'm going to make a big purchase from KHHI. I don't know if I can ever catch up, but I believe in being honest, and I believe in being upfront. I believe in this knife enough. I'm going to try to start getting some in and giving them out. Can I? I don't know. All right. I don't ever want it to come back and bite me in the ass. I'm just being straightforward with you guys. This channel exploded. This was a workhorse go-to knife in the beginning, before anybody sent me anything, before anybody said, oh, that's Scab, oh, before the numbers went up, before all of it. If I needed a review, I went to my boy right here. The Preacher. It laid the foundation of this channel. It's rough, it's tough, it's never exploded on me. It's never let me down. It's never failed me. The Preacher, and Donnie's behind it, right? This is my 12th knife. This is the knife. So guys, those are the knives that built the channel. I hope you've enjoyed this clip. I love y'all. God knows I do. God bless y'all. I hope he does. Megatron and I will be getting the choir video up. Will not be out tonight. There's a lot of footage there of the drone. She tried to kill me a couple times. If you're not a part of the choir or YouTube memberships, you want to be, you can hit the join button. You can join Patreon. We appreciate it. We don't need it. I want to make that clear, but it is also appreciated, and you'll enjoy that video. Listen, I'm Scab. You're not. She's Megatron. Say it again.
I'm Megatron.
You're not. Man, thank y'all for an amazing 3 years, an amazing ride. Looking forward to the next 3 or 4. Love y'all. I'm gone.